This is the Football Show. Huge breaking news this morning. Not just the European Super League, but how about this? In the last couple of moments, we are hearing that Tottenham Hotspur have sacked Jose Mourinho. It comes in the week that they're due to play the Carabao Cup final at Wembley against Manchester City, with a game against Southampton midweek as well. And it comes on the back of Harry Kane picking up that injury in the draw at Everton on Friday. So Jose Mourinho, no doubting his talent as a manager. His trophy CV says it all, doesn't it? But it didn't work out for him at Manchester United, and it looks this Monday morning as if it hasn't worked out for him at Tottenham Hotspur. So what has happened to Mourinho's Midas touch?
That's a good question, isn't it? And I think we sort of usually say, don't we, that Jose Mourinho lasts maybe, is it 3 years? It seems to have only been 2 this time, and he comes in to win trophies. That's his ultimate aim. It's not a case of sort of building a side. I'm not sure that happens very much nowadays, but, you know, where a manager goes in and really builds a team and continues through, and, you know, that the owner sticks by them. It's a case of, can you go in? Can you win things? Can you do it instantly? But that's something that he was hoping to obviously do next weekend in the final, win a trophy. And it just hasn't been. You know, we spoke early on when they were picking up good results, and we spoke quite highly of Spurs then, and quite highly of Jose Mourinho. We sort of said, well, maybe the style of football isn't what Spurs fans want to see, but if they're going to be successful and they're going to win games and they're going to finish in the Champions League and win trophies, will they be happy with that? But when suddenly the results didn't happen and the performances were still the same, that's when we started to criticise, and that's when we started to say, well, this isn't what we want to see when you've got a side full of great attacking players like Spurs had. Because I remember at the start of the season, we were so excited about potentially seeing Son, Kane and Gareth Bale, maybe Dele Alli in there, and that hasn't really happened. So you want a manager to come in and, I suppose, get the best out of those players.
The argument that's often put forward, Stephen, is that football and footballers have changed over the years, and Jose Mourinho hasn't. How much credence is there in that?
Yeah, difficult to say because we're not privy to being in the changing room. I think we all obviously watched the Spurs documentary. We've talked about it off air many a time, and you almost had this feeling that Jose won back a lot of fans on that, but then they only let you see what they want you to see. How is he? We saw the confrontation with Danny Rose. We're seeing now the expulsion of Dele Alli, who's been pushed out, brought back in at times. Maybe is Daniel Levy looking at it thinking, well, there's a player that was arguably one of our best players for many years. Suddenly, you're not even giving him an opportunity, not giving him the chance to showcase what he can do. Then the comments a couple of weeks ago where he sort of talked about the mentality, and he said, same manager, different players. Basically putting everything back on the players, that they're not good enough and I am good enough. So that'll frustrate the board. It'll have frustrated the players. I'm sure Daniel Levy will have been in and around the training ground. He'll sense the atmosphere. He'll sense the relationship of Jose Mourinho and the players. And these are all things that need to be weighed up. This won't have been an easy decision for Daniel Levy because he took a big gamble in taking him into the football club because he wasn't deemed, the right type of manager for Spurs in the way that they play football, defensive football, and the way that they are. And many people thought after Manchester United that it wasn't the same Jose Mourinho we'd seen for many years. So, a lot has been labelled at Jose. He isn't the usual. Well, he isn't the charismatic manager that first came into Chelsea first time round and wooed everyone and really surprised everyone and was engaging with people. He has been different. He's been very defensive. He always likes to state what he's won and wants respect from people. But it's a big decision from Spurs. But when you look at the bigger picture, is it surprising? I'm not so sure it is.
Daniel Levy over the past Sue has made some inspired managerial appointments, haven't he? I'm thinking of Harry Redknapp, Maurizio Pochettino, after perhaps Andre Villas-Boas wasn't a huge success. Tim Sherwood was in between. Jose Mourinho, that was his biggest gamble of all, though, was it? And has it failed?
You probably would say yes. And I think it would have been a really tough decision to do that at this time, whether it was the right timing with everything else that's going on. But it's huge news, and it's huge news to the world of football. Yes, he has made some great appointments, successful appointments, and that's what he'll be looking to do now. He clearly just thinks that it hasn't worked. Like I say, we don't know what's gone on behind the scenes. We don't know what he's seen. We don't know if he's been talking to the players and what they felt about things, and that they feel a change is needed for the club to move forward and be successful as what they can be. So, yeah, you probably would say it has been.